Hi, my name is Chris, and I have a lot of goals in my life. I want to retire at an early age, to buy a house for my parents, to travel the world, to become a chess master, to build a loving family, and ultimately, to be successful. I don't want to have an ordinary life, right? I think that many people are scared of the word ordinary. When we think of society's definition of that word, we may think of words like boring or even average. And I think it makes a lot of sense for us to be fearful of a life like this. We all have a desire to be unique in some way, to be different, to achieve, and to live life to the fullest, essentially. But I believe that when we live our life running away from this word ordinary, we can make ourselves feel miserable and feel really bad, because the truth is everyone, including celebrities, have some sort of ordinariness in their life. So in today's video, I kind of want to challenge your perspective about what an ordinary life means and share some insight about how to embrace your life in a new way. My life right now is actually quite simple. I wake up, I drink some coffee, I do some chess puzzles, go to work, drive home, eat some food, go on my laptop, goof off, and then I go to sleep. Most people in life have some sort of daily routine. Maybe you wake up, walk the dog, go to work, cook and eat some dinner, watch Netflix, read for a bit, and then you go to sleep. I think a daily routine or an ordinary life in this way is normal. Now, I grew up quite competitive and always desired to be the best that I could in anything that I did. But as I'm getting older, I'm starting to reflect on why exactly I've had this lust to be so special, to be so extraordinary. Is it because I want to accomplish something for myself, or is it perhaps for something else? I think today we as a society can be pretty judgmental in that we can take a component of someone's life, any small component, and use it to judge their entire value and being as a person. What your job is, how much money you make, your salary, your accomplishments. And this, along with many other factors, contributes to this type of hustle culture where we are constantly pushing ourselves to be productive, to achieve, to be extraordinary. And I think this is even further intensified through social media, and seeing the accomplishments and activities of so many other people online. I think it's natural to compare ourselves to others. So when we see these accomplishments in highlight reels and the extravagance of people's lives on Instagram, Facebook, whatever people use these days, we may ask ourselves, why don't we have these experiences? Why can't I do that? Maybe I'm not good enough. And I think this mentality creates an achievement trap, essentially, where it leads to a lot of self-imposed stress, where we get in our own heads and we feel inadequate and unsatisfactory with our own lives. So when we aren't experiencing, these awesome things in our life, these highlight reels, accomplishments, whatever you want to call them, we feel sad. And I think this dissatisfaction, from societal pressures, to have this exciting, eccentric, and anti-ordinary, life contributes to a huge mental health issue everywhere. Now, the question is, how do we combat this? The other day, I was reminiscing about my college experience, and I was thinking specifically about one of my favorite moments. And surprisingly, it wasn't anything crazy like, this exciting, awesome party with people dancing and drinking all night, but instead, it was something actually quite simple. I was pulling an all-nighter with some of my friends in a study room, and we were studying for a thermodynamics exam. Now, this exam covered some incredibly difficult content, and we were all laughing and stressing in the room together because well, we were pretty much screwed for the exam. We didn't understand a lot of the material, and I don't know why, but being present in that moment is a very fond memory of mine. And, just appreciating going through university with my classmates, enduring the pain of, my engineering classes, it made me feel alive. And I don't know, I don't really think, this way of, parties I've been to where I drink and barely remember what happens. And maybe I'm weird for appreciating the small and rather mundane moments like this, but it's a moment that I really miss in college. I think there's a lot of power in enjoying the present. Life is too short to be hustling and grinding all the time. Pretty soon, time will pass on and we'll soon have realized that we spent our whole life trying to run away from the ordinary, to impress people, to flex on social media, when what we really should be doing is focusing on cherishing the moments in the present. I think this mindset's really important to fully appreciate, the everyday moments of our lives. What if your purpose in life wasn't from all the accomplishments in your life and the legacy that you leave behind, but instead from your ordinary interactions and experiences on a day-to-day basis? Now, I'm very happy to live an ordinary life. I think there are so many simple yet beautiful moments of my life that deserve to be appreciated that sometimes we can overlook. And I think that the more we embrace the beauty of the ordinary, the better we will feel about ourselves and all that we have accomplished within our own lives. Now, like I said, being ambitious and having goals and, achieving things in life, I think is a great thing. And everyone should, to a degree, have their own personal and life goals. I think that's really important. But I also think it's okay to not want to live an incredibly eccentric lifestyle. I think it's okay to focus on the smaller moments of our lives, your relationships, spending time with loved ones, family, partners, doing chores, just being alive. And we don't need to pressure ourselves to be the best at everything that we do and to beat everyone in life. I think there's a lot of beauty in the ordinary, and that's something we can't forget. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching to the end. This topic is really interesting to me because I grew up with an insatiable desire to achieve, and I put a lot of pressure on myself to live an exciting life, to accomplish things in life, and sometimes I need to remind myself that there's nothing wrong with the definition by society for ordinary in life. And I'm working on changing my own perspective so that I feel driven to accomplish in my life still without feeling like I'm running away from the ordinary. And it's not going to be an easy mindset to change, but I think the first step is to acknowledge it, and I think it'll be well worth it at the end. Let me know if you guys resonate with anything that I said, and as always, if you enjoyed the video and the content inside the video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.